My dear, I have been reflecting deeply on my emotions lately, and I realize that something within me has shifted. The way I feel about you now is not the same as it was before. It is not that my love for you has lessened, nor that my care or respect has faded, those remain strong and unwavering. But the intensity, the obsession, the restless longing I once carried in my heart, has transformed into something calmer, gentler, and far more peaceful. I have reached a stage of acceptance. There was a time when I was consumed by thoughts of you. You were the center of my every waking moment. I could hardly go a few minutes without thinking about you, your face, your words, the smallest interactions between us. My phone became a constant source of anticipation and anxiety. I would check it over and over again, hoping to see your name light up my screen. When you didn't text me, it would weigh heavily on my mood, turning joy into disappointment. I would look at your profile picture countless times, stare at your online status, and search for signs that you were thinking of me too. Your silence felt like a storm, and my heart would shiver in its winds. But now, my dear, something has changed. Slowly, without me even noticing at first, my heart began to let go of the need to control this love. It began to understand that love is not a force that can be bent to my will. It is not about constantly monitoring, chasing, or holding on so tightly. Now, I no longer check your social media profiles in an endless loop. I no longer measure my happiness by the frequency of your messages or your online presence. My mind feels freer, my heart lighter. I can breathe without the weight of constant expectation pressing against my chest. I have surrendered, not in defeat, but in trust. I have placed both myself and this connection in the hands of the Almighty, knowing that His wisdom far exceeds my own. There are no more fears gnawing at me, no restless doubts whispering in the dark. I am no longer afraid of losing you, because I have realized that true love does not cling out of fear, it stands steady in faith. If you are meant to be mine, then in divine timing, you will be. And if you are not, my heart will still cherish you with the same warmth and care, without resentment, without complaints. This realization has matured my love. It has freed it from the chains of expectation and from the rules the world tries to impose on what love should be. I understand now that love is not possession. It is not about securing someone for yourself. It is about showing up for them, offering your presence, your support, and your understanding, especially in moments when they need it the most. And so, I promise you this, I will always be here for you. Without demands. Without questions. Without keeping score. My love no longer depends on what I receive, it simply flows, as natural as breath. I cannot deny that I love you deeply. That truth remains untouched, perhaps even stronger now that it is free from restlessness. But the love I carry now is quiet, like a calm sea, not a raging storm. It brings peace instead of anxiety, joy instead of unease. I can smile at the thought of you without feeling the need to act on every emotion, without the urgent ache to reach out and make sure you are thinking of me too. This peace is a gift, and for that, I am deeply grateful to God. He has been kind to me, showing me the true essence of love and life. He has taught me that love, in its purest form, is not bound by time, distance, or circumstance. It exists simply because it is meant to exist. It does not fade when it is not returned in the way we hope. It does not crumble in the absence of constant contact. Instead, it grows quietly, sustaining itself on sincerity and truth. Life feels different now, brighter, lighter, more beautiful. I find joy in the smallest moments. I wake up with gratitude in my heart, not longing. I go through my day with calmness, not restlessness. There is a steady happiness that comes from knowing that my love is no longer a source of pain, but a source of strength. And in this stillness, I have found myself again, not as someone desperate to be loved back in the same way, but as someone who understands the value of loving freely. So, my dear, know this: I love you, and I will always love you. I will carry you in my heart, regardless of where life takes us or what the universe has in store. My love is no longer about winning or losing you, it is about honoring the connection we share. You have been, and will always be, a precious part of my journey. And in the quiet truth of that, there is peace. I still remember, as vividly as if it happened yesterday, the exact moment I saw you for the very first time. The scene is etched into my memory, the way the light fell across your face, the quiet confidence in your posture, and that subtle spark in your eyes that seemed to hint at 1,000 untold stories. At that time, I had no idea how profoundly you would change my life. I didn't know I would fall so madly, so irreversibly in love with you. All I knew in that moment was that I was intrigued, captivated by something I couldn't quite name. The more I observed you, the more I admired the way you carried yourself, the way you spoke with sincerity, and the quiet kindness you seemed to radiate without even trying. Each time we met after that first encounter, you somehow managed to steal another piece of my heart. Of course, you didn't know any of this, how could you? I made sure to hide it well. I masked my emotions behind a facade of aloofness, even occasional coldness, because I was afraid. I was startled by how deeply you affected me, and I didn't want you to see the impact you had on me. So, I kept my distance, hoping that emotional space would give me control over my feelings. But it didn't work. The more I stayed away, the more I missed you. Days without you felt incomplete, like I was walking around with a constant ache I couldn't soothe. It was as if my heart had already chosen you, while my mind was still busy trying to argue against it. The harder I fought my emotions, the stronger they became. Eventually, I could no longer deny it, I had developed romantic feelings for you, feelings that were both terrifying and exhilarating. I hesitated to accept the truth because I didn't want to be vulnerable. I had seen too many people destroyed by heartbreak, watched friends cry themselves to sleep over love lost, and heard countless stories of relationships turning into chains that suffocated the individuals in them. I told myself that love was a burden, that it would strip away my independence and individuality. Inside, I was caught in a relentless battle, my mind clinging to fear and logic, my heart pleading for courage and connection. For a while, my mind won. I stayed away from you, convincing myself it was for the best. But the emptiness only grew, and eventually, my heart overpowered every doubt. I realized that you were worth the risk, worth the possibility of heartbreak, because life without you already felt like a lesser version of living. So I gathered every shred of courage I had and came to you, nervous to the point that my hands shook. My voice trembled as I confessed my feelings, unsure of how you would respond. And then, you accepted me. Not just my words, not just my feelings, but all of me, flaws and all. That moment was one of the most profound blessings of my life. From that day forward, we faced challenges, as all couples do, but with you by my side, every obstacle felt surmountable. Even in the hardest moments, you brought a sense of calm to my storms, and together we sailed through difficulties with an ease I never thought possible. Now, when I look back on all the memories we've created, my eyes fill with tears, not of sadness, but of overwhelming gratitude. I feel like the luckiest person in the world to have someone as wonderful as you to love and be loved by. Before you, I didn't know love could be so beautiful. I didn't know that it could expand my world instead of confining it, that it could make me feel more like myself instead of less. I am endlessly thankful that I took that leap, that I didn't let fear keep me from telling you how I felt. Had I stayed silent, I would have regretted it for the rest of my life. I love you more than the stars that fill the night sky, more than the countless grains of sand on distant shores. You are the one who lingers in my thoughts with every breath I take. You've taught me how to be happy, not the fleeting kind of happiness that comes and goes, but a deep, steady joy that shapes the way I see the world. You've shown me how to be free, not by running from life, but by embracing it with open arms. To me, you are nothing less than an angel, a gift from heaven sent to walk beside me. You are my heaven on earth, my sanctuary, my home. With you, I've never felt truly alone, not even for a moment. Your presence has been my anchor in times of uncertainty and my light in moments of darkness. I hope, with all my heart, that I have given you even a fraction of the love, care, and happiness you have so generously given me. I promise I will keep loving you every day for the rest of my life. I'll keep making you laugh at my silly jokes, even the bad ones, just to see your smile. I'll keep holding your hand when life gets tough and dancing with you when life is kind. My existence feels incomplete without you, and I never want to imagine a world where you're not by my side. You are my love, my partner, my greatest adventure. And every day, in ways big and small, I will keep choosing you, over and over again.